Hello. Hey fam. This is your Capricorn reading for June 2019. This is for your sun, moon, rising, ascendant, or Venus. Since Venus is the planet of love, I was like looking at my Venus. Anyway, if you don't know if you don't even know what I just said, I really recommend you to go visit cafeastrology.com. I'll put the link below so you can go and take a free natal chart calculation, which lets you know what's your sun, moon, rising, pretty much everything from the moment you transitioned over to this life. Anyway, there's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be heard. And there's a lot that is being felt. Ooh. We got the Master. Ooh. We got the Master. And we got Innocence. But I'm not using this deck. I just remembered. I don't know why I thought I should use this deck. Actually, I do know why, but that's not the deck I usually use. The deck I use is the regular Rider-Waite card. This reading is for Capricorn, 2018. So we're in Gemini season. Gemini season is all about communication. They're an air sign. You know, air signs are all about communication and the mind with it. You know, communication and the mind. Not really the mind. Communication and... Well, actually, yes, the mind. I'm sorry. They are more inclined to verbal actions and mental clarity than emotional actions and emotional clarity. Even though they go hand to hand, and even though Gemini and everyone else is understanding that right now. How come you got two cards like Cancer? If you go and see Cancer's reading, seriously, their first two cards are these. And I've already used this deck for Sagittarius's reading, and I just shuffled them for your guys' reading. And I think this has to do with feeling the feels, you know? Feeling the feels. Let me go turn off that AC. I don't know if it's loud enough. Let's pause this. And if it's loud, too loud, then I'll just restart it. Okay, so I turned off the AC. I decided to continue with this reading. And the reason why this video looks a little bit grainier than the other past readings I've uploaded, it's only because my camera died. And I'm on like on a timed schedule, you know, and I don't know when's the next time I'm going to be able to film. And I kind of just wanted to knock all these out since I did ask on my Instagram who wants a reading, if it should be Cancer, Capricorn, which ones were the other, Sagittarius or Gemini. And Cancer, of course, for many reasons that we'll get into right now, was the winner. And then it was Sagittarius and Capricorn as a tie. So here I am after Sagittarius. Here I am with Capricorn. And yeah, we got the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is an emotional card. It's a card that has us feeling like we are seeing many emotions. Because like I said, I really highly recommend you to go see the Cancer reading. But like I said in the Cancer reading, I said emotions aren't images. Emotions are just emotions, and they create images. They create visions, right? Right now, Cancer is making everyone get in their feels, making them really look at their emotions, like everyone, and I think this card pops out for you guys because it's really making you see how many emotions you carry and how many you're carrying, just how many visions and ideas you have in general, rooted from the emotions, right? And how we're going to receive clarity and a sense of wholeness by the end of Cancer season, which is the beginning of July. Mid-July is when Leo season starts, but from when is it, 17th? Because that's when the sun moves into Cancer on the 21st. On the 21st of this month. 17th is a full moon in Sagittarius, but the sun enters Cancer on the 21st of this month. But until then, we're in Gemini season, and I think this is what Gemini season is all about. Gemini season is really having that conversation with either ourselves or with others, that are rooted from bigger emotions. We're having to really face conversations that benefit us ultimately. It can be a little overwhelming for some, but I'm not feeling that right now. I feel like all of your emotions and you're able to see it all clearly. And it's each day we pass the Gemini season, it's like confirmation of what I'm feeling, what you're feeling, what Capricorn's feeling. When I say I mean you. I've been doing that in all the videos, and I'm starting to realize I do that in general. But and there's a sense there's going to be, or there is already, or there's going to be a sense of wholeness, togetherness, celebration with your core emotions. There's going to be a sense of grand awakening, grand confirmation, there was already, it already happened, either or, depends on your journey, of confirmations like yes. And that's a good thing, with Gemini season. That's what Gemini season's all about. You're an earth sign, and Gemini is air. So when you put air and earth, it can cause beautiful breezes, and it can cause the trees to just, be mellow with the conversation. Or air can sometimes be very aggressive and cause tornadoes and cause hurricanes, to really help the individual emotionally. I'm talking about emotionally, to really help the individual understand where they are, whether it's good or bad, We got the Fool reversed, which gives me a little sense of fear. A little sense of fear of what's to come. I'm feeling scared to start a new beginning. Because the Fool is someone brave. Someone that really needs to take that leap. This person is about to fall off the cliff. They call him the Fool because he's gone through so many lessons, and he still believes in himself so much that he's willing to follow it and walk over a cliff, and people can look at you as a fool when you're so, okay with moving forward, with choosing your path, your truths. But do you think that person cares? Do you think when you're brave, that's why we need bravery, to feel brave and be like, you know what? I don't care what it looks like to anyone else. This makes me happy. This is my path. And we don't have to be mean about it, you know? We have to channel our intuition, you know? We can't, if this is reversed, it can cause feeling like you're on the spot, and it might make you want to lash out. Or it can make you feel like you're easily, like, very sensitive, just very sensitive to what others might think because of how you're feeling, you know? And what you're feeling is kind of scared of moving forward, but knowing that you should, but being afraid of being looked at in a certain way. Who cares? Who cares? People, there is no such thing as perfect. And I know that because I am not perfect. I've done some really stupid things in my life, but that I look back and I'm like, I don't regret it, and I'm not afraid to talk about it, because ultimately it's taught me to be who I am and to be who I want to be. Like, you have to just kind of be brave and follow your intuition. The moon is our intuition, and we're in Cancer season, and Cancer is ruled by the moon, you know? Well, we're not in Cancer season, but it's coming in, and I told Sagittarius, and like I told Cancer, because Cancer knows it better than anyone. They're out here to bring the heat. They're out here to kick some butt. Not in a mean way, but in a stern way. Like, hey, these are your emotions. What are you going to do about it? You know? Then we got the Four of Wands reversed and the Four of Swords upright. There's a sense of passion that feels like that is slipping away from your hands. Like, you feel like there's this idea, there's this vision that you once had that you have to let go, you know? And it's making you feel like all you want to do is just really sit with yourself with it, you know, and really think about it. Think about, because you're feeling, but you really want to think about it all together, you know. When you feel like you're losing the vision of why you had this emotion to begin with. And this emotion upright is home. It's togetherness. It's celebration in a home, you know. And I feel like with all the changes that has been happening and you understanding your emotions and looking at a whole new beginning based off of your intuition, based off of what's happened in the beginning of the month, of the beginning of Gemini season, where it was like, look at everything that I feel and look at everything that it's created and look at how powerful I am, how balanced and imbalanced I have been, and where it can take me, my emotions, you know, because we're talking about emotions. These are cards of water. They're all about emotions. And I think all this has been happening through communication, through Gemini season, through communication, through what people have been saying, what you've been reading, what you've been feeding yourself, you know, through knowledge and knowing. And it's made you see a whole new beginning, a whole new walk of life, a whole new perspective, and it's kind of scary. But like I said, focus on your intuition. It's going to make you feel like, look at what I have lost, or look at what is happening. Look at the darkness. Look at the darkness of what love can do, you know? And it's like, that's okay. That's okay. You're ultimately growing. You're ultimately self-reflecting, you know? And that's what matters the most, because like I said, there's no such thing as perfect. I think overall you're becoming stronger, wiser, and you're persistent. Overall, you're persistent, you're consistent, and consistency is key for growth. You know, just don't be afraid of the future. Don't be afraid of the future. This person right here is juggling different things, different options, different physical aspects of their life. And they might look a little silly juggling so much, you know. And they might feel a little stressed out sometimes, you know, because they're juggling so much. But ultimately, it's better to know you have options and know you have a lot out there to gain and to learn from. Just don't let it consume you. Find some time ultimately to breathe and connect with your faith, you know. I've been telling Cancers, and I'm going to be telling everyone that I read, that Cancer season is all about faith. Your intuition, faith. What is your faith? What do you believe in? That's what Cancer season's all about. You believe in, either you want to. No, you want to. You believe in this, but there's a little bit of a struggle there. But that's okay. You believe that you carry enough passion for yourself and anyone who is there for you. You believe that there is enough power and fire within you, you know, because we all have the 4 elements, you know. We all have the 4 elements. It's in our natal charts, you know. Like I said, if you don't know your stuff, you can go to cafeastrology.com and really check out what elements you have. Of course, you're going to have earth more than most, or maybe more than most, because it depends, but I'm sure this Cancer season there's going to be a lot of fire element placements in your chart, and that's making you feel like that's what's driving you. What's driving you is knowing that you're the one who is feeling all this. You're the one who has been creating this and being all this, you know, and just finally getting that confirmation of like, hey, this is who I am and this is what I want, you know. That's passion, you know. When you're really like, no, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to use my emotions, my mentality, my physical aspects, all of it, because it is rooted by passion. It is rooted by the fire, you know. You're going to get that a lot this Cancer season. Or I think what you want ultimately is that you want to really know who you are. And you're going through that. You're learning that. You're learning that that you have these traits, you have these traits. You want these traits, you don't have these traits. These traits strengthen you, these traits weaken and keep you stuck. Now, this was a very interesting reading. It's not how I thought it would go, but then again, I don't really have a lot of earth people that I talk to on a daily basis, but I have, because when I posted this on Instagram, like, hey, which reading should I do first? Capricorn was really up there, and I saw everyone who voted, and I was like, oh wow, like there's a lot of Capricorns that I know that I've spoken to that make sense with the energy that I've had when I've talked to them. You know, it's just really interesting. But let's pull out a life purpose card to wrap this up, because this has been a pretty long reading. Okay. Our life purpose, this is life purpose for Capricorn for June. Our life purpose is always changing. We have life purposes that have been with us for years, and then there are some life purposes that are ever changing depending on the chapter we are in our life. So this deck is a deck full of life purposes to either strengthen or add a life purpose to your list. So life purpose for Capricorn for the month of June is children. Children are amazing. They're like little everyone's a mirror. Everyone is un espejo. They're going to show you yourself somehow, depending if you're awake enough for it. But a child, I think they're the ones who force you to wake up sometimes through what they say, from just being so honest. You know, children are amazing. Or through what they do, how they look at you, or how they listen to you, and how they behave around you. But children are amazing, and your life purpose card for Cancer season is definitely children. Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. And it has Archangel Michael with the lion standing fierce with their with the children of the light. Okay. Well, thank you, Cancer. There is music that I've been trying to give to each zodiac. I've been trying to assign a song for each zodiac so they can listen to for that season. So for this season for Capricorns, I'm thinking either, let me think a little bit. I'm thinking either I don't know why I'm trying to think of anything else besides this, but this just is in my head. I don't know why. And I'm like, okay, it's a perfect song to just listen to whenever, and has that melody, and the lyrics are just beautiful. But it's from Fleetwood Mac, and two songs, one called Dreams and one called Gypsy. So I'll put both of those songs below so you guys can listen to those, well, the titles, so you guys can go and Google them or go YouTube them yourselves. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, watching. Please like, subscribe, comment for any questions, comments, or concerns over this video. I do have to say that this video is not a religion. It's not to say that this is my religion and this should be your religion, or you should believe in everything that I'm saying and that's what it's all about. No, being the omnist that I am, I believe that the universe is so complex that you can apply your faith in your religion to this perspective with your perspective. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. Okay. Bye.